What's up, fans? How y'all doing? I'm back again, obviously with another video. I'm looking sideways here. I gotta adjust this. All right, there we go. We good? We good. All right. Anyway, so I wanted to make a video today to update you guys with an interesting topic that was actually brought up in my inbox today. By the way, just so you guys know, I did jump on YouTube today, and I have been answering comments. I've been answering emails and personal messages. So if you guys are seeing this, make sure you check your inboxes because I have been sending out messages as well. And again, I know it's been taking me a while, but at least it's getting done. I've got like a slew of comments going on. Like, I mean, it's so much for me to get back to. So I'm trying to answer as much as I can. But for those of you who have private messaged me, make sure to check your inboxes because most likely you do have a response from me right now. Couple of things I wanted to talk to you guys about. There was two things that this video is going to cover. The first one is healthcare reform and what it means and like the projected path of PAs and what we're going to be doing in the future. That was the topic that was actually brought up to me in one of my inboxes, or one of my messages rather. And I think it's an important topic. I actually think it's something that I haven't covered. So shout out to the gentleman who actually asked me about it. Second thing that this video is going to cover is kind of irrelevant, but it's something that has to be addressed. Unfortunately, if you guys want to take notice, if you guys look at my last video, the one that says that I have a Twitter, and then the video before that, the video that's covering my first month as a PA, you're gonna notice that there's a guy, I don't know, Ben Was or whatever his name is, and I mean, it's just polluting my my channel with some really hateful comments, and it's just one of those kind of like those jealousy people that kind of like peruse Facebook and YouTube and go to look. They go and they look for like independent video bloggers such as myself, and they look to like berate and belittle those kind of people. So this is just a message just for you guys out there that are actually that do personal like video blogs and stuff. You're putting this out to the entire world basically. Like anybody can look at these videos. So it is an inherent risk when you actually do put these videos up that you are going to encounter some negativity. You are going to encounter people that are actually going to try and belittle you and make you feel less worthy of yourself. But this message is just to let you know, don't let it get under your skin. Don't let it bother you. I know you want to kind of like really, if you're a guy like me and you get really angry, you really want to go and you want to lash back at them, but that's giving them more power. And I'm going to be a little hypocritical because I actually did write a response back. But just to put him in his spot and just so he knows who he's dealing with, because I know I've got thousands, literally thousands of supporters on this website that have been asking me my advice, and that is my job, to give you advice and to guide you guys on the right path to this professional career that has interested me for so long, and that is going to interest you guys too, or else you guys wouldn't be tuning in. So if you guys want to look, at my previous video and the video previous to that, just look and see what he's writing, and if you guys want to give him some 2 cents, just let him know that he's dealing with the wrong channel. He shouldn't be on this broadcast if he's only going to spread negativity, because people like that, I mean, there's only one word to describe them, and they're jealous. These people look for independent video bloggers and they look to write hurtful comments to try and bring them down because it's a reflection of themselves. They just want to make themselves feel better. So for those people that are doing what I'm doing, don't ever let it get to you. Like I said, yes, I did give him a response. I did give him a piece of my mind, but that's really all it's going to be. That's really all it's going to extend itself to be. But for those of you out there that have continued to support me, if you guys want to let him know that he's definitely dealing with the wrong person and he's dealing with the wrong type of viewers, please feel free. So that's that. We're just going to wash our hands with that, but I just figured I'd let you guys know that it is inherently a risk to put videos out here on YouTube, and people are going to say negative things, about you potentially, and it's just something you got to rise above. We all know that we're better than those people, and again, I thank you guys for the support. It really does mean the world to me. So all right, shifting gears, we're now going to talk about what we're here to do, and that's to provide advice, provide updates on this profession and what's been going on, what's current. So back to what this gentleman had asked me. He asked me about healthcare reform and what well, no, not healthcare reform. I provided that feedback, but he asked, what is the projected growth of PAs in the future? Well, because of healthcare reform that Obama has set into motion, it's allowing people that did not have healthcare to begin with. Now they are able to have health insurance. So that means they're going to go to doctor's offices, go to emergency rooms, go to primary care visits and whatnot, because they were never able to do that in the first place. So now we're actually anticipating this giant influx of people that are going to be coming into primary care offices, emergency rooms, fast tracks. All these patients that generally did not have care in the first place are now going to utilize their new insurance, and they're going to want to get themselves a checkup. So to answer that question, I believe I read it somewhere that the projected growth for PAs is supposed to, over like the next 10 years, I think it's supposed to go like 30%. I think it's supposed to, I think the job rate is supposed to increase like at least 30% over the next 10 years. Within the next 5 years, I think there's supposed to be like another, bar graph or something. Like I can't really provide you with the statistics, like the actual statistical like bar graph or whatever, like the chart. I don't know what's going on here. I have to move my camera. I feel like I'm like talking in like another direction. All right. Anyway, so yeah. So I believe in 10 years, the job rate is supposed to increase exponentially. Obviously, there is going to be a lot more people that have to be taken care of. There is also, I think there's like a primary care physician shortage that really needs to get covered, and I think that gap is going to actually be able to be covered by PAs and nurse practitioners. So the job itself is really, I mean, that's why PA programs are getting so competitive, like ultra competitive to get into now, because it is becoming such a wanted profession. Because you talk to anybody in healthcare that has maybe thought about doing, nursing, nurse practitioner, PA, doctor, MD, whatever. Everybody in healthcare is going to be like, oh my God, yeah, PA, like I thought about that. At least, well, not everybody, I shouldn't say that. But a majority of the people that I've come in contact with have all been like, oh yeah, PA, it's a great job. Like everyone says how good of a job it is, and it really is. It's exciting, it's fun. I mean, you guys know, that's all I've been freaking talking about this entire time. So, there's definitely going to be a surplus of PAs that are going to come out into the field, and that's why the PA programs around the country are becoming so competitive. Because now my class had 1,700 applicants. I think now classes are almost in excess of like 2,500 applicants, and they can only fill like 40 to 60 seats in a class, So that is competition, and I mean, that is something that is really stressful. That's something you really are, I'm not gonna lie, I was intimidated by it. I didn't know how I was going to be able to compete with 1,700 people. Now, students have to compete for like 2,500 people to try and get a seat in the class, These programs are looking for high GPAs. They're looking for healthcare experience. They're looking for letters of recommendation, strong letters of recommendation, personal essays. I mean, they're looking for a lot, So for those of you that are looking into going into the program now, I mean, you got to step your game up. I mean, the field is getting really, really fierce. The competition is getting, it's strong. It's heavy, But just remember, when you get into PA school, competition ends. You guys are all in it together. You graduate with the same degree, whether you're the valedictorian or you're folding off the bottom of the class. You are still getting the same degree. So that's really the update with when it comes to the healthcare reform, the Affordable Care Act, if you will, and the projected job growth of PAs. So we're definitely going to still be needed, and we're going to be needed 10 years from now. We're going to be needed 20 years from now. I mean, this is a profession that's new. It only started up in the 60s. I think the first PA program was instilled at Duke University. Originally, it was for Army corpsmen to actually fill the void of the shortage of physicians while on the battlefield. So these people actually, these Army corpsmen, they didn't go to medical school, but they got rigorously trained with medicine over a short amount of time, and thus became physician assistants. And that's actually how the profession actually got started. It was in the 1960s. Pretty cool if you read about it. Other thing is, a lot of people have been asking me, what do I do about prerequisites, or what classes should I take to become a PA? And again, you want to focus yourself with biology related courses. So biology, bioscience, medical technology, nutrition, dietetics, things of that nature. You definitely want to get yourself enrolled, and you definitely want to get your feet wet in sort of a science related field. So that way you know what you're into or what you're in for. There were people in my class that came from like law backgrounds, teaching backgrounds, and they just took the prerequisites from an undergraduate program, passed them, got a GPA over 3.0, and then transferred their credits over to the CASPA application. So for those of you that that are asking me, definitely get your feet wet with science courses. That's my biggest advice. I also had some guy ask, I forgot his name, but you're gonna know this when you hear the question. He asked, in comparison with my bioscience program to the PA program, on a scale of like 1 to 10, like how comparable in difficulty was it? And I was like 12. It was nothing compared to bioscience. Bioscience was like a walk in the park compared to the PA program. So it's hard work. It's determination. It requires a lot of you. But I have faith in every one of you guys that are tuning in, that are supporting me, and are watching this video. So anyway, that's about it. So I just want to talk to you guys about that. Remember, internet bullies, we don't have time for them. We do what we're here to do. We're here to talk about business. We're here to talk about school. And that's it. We don't let anybody else like that get us down, because you know what? We're better than those people. So that's that. Healthcare reform, it's upon us. It's going to create a lot more jobs for PAs. We're supposed to see a lot more patients coming in to healthcare practices, needing healthcare that haven't had one previously. And again, what else to recap is the courses to take in order to get into PA school. Make sure you focus it on science. You don't have to, but that's my advice. All right, so that's it. That is today's update. So other than that, job is going really good. It's stressful, but I love it. I love the fast pace. It's going great. I really can't complain. My coworkers are phenomenal. I really landed myself in a great position. So I'm very lucky to be where I am. So that's it. Again, for those of you that are tuning in, check your mailboxes. If you've sent me something, most likely I already got back to you. And if I didn't get back to you, hopefully this video covered what your questions were in my mailbox, if that made sense. All right. These videos, again, totally unscripted. So, I mean, like, if I've got an itch on my eye, or if I've got, an earache and I got to go like this or this or this, it's all live. We're going to see everything. So, hope you don't mind. All right, everyone. So, be well. Peace out. I hope you all had a great Christmas and Happy New Year. So, we'll talk soon, okay? Peace out. Bye.